What kind of job do you have?
I've been doing part-time work. I used to do permanent secretarial time.
Are you working overtime now?
I could if I wanted to.
Yeah, very good. So you have a series of people for whom you work?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, very good. I'm glad you took time out from your busy day to give us a call.
I'm glad you were polite to me in spite of my being content.
Did you expect that I wouldn't be? Because it says up here you're an on and off listener. I mean, that to me says you're intermittent.
Yes. And I couldn't join things that I heard together.
Yeah. So this call had a genuine purpose. You weren't calling just to try to trick the host.
No.
Oh, okay. Because you had at the end of your call, you just had a sudden change of heart. See, I think I've done good. You did good, Mr. Limbaugh, and I've done good. I think the audience ought to be proud because I did well. So I thought maybe.
Well, no, I said they had a good time.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, right?
Well, in part, yes, but not always. Life is not always about seeking a good time. That's my whole point with morality is not defined.
Happiness isn't everything, right?
That's what Hillary said the other day. And it must, if she just discovered that, it's got to be true. She said the Washington Post had that, yeah. Sometimes you can get everything you want and still be unfulfilled. Wow, a universal truth. I'll bet nobody's ever thought of that before. Well, look, Deidre, and by the way, are you proud and enthused and happy that I pronounced your name correctly from the get-go?
Yes.
Because most people don't know how to pronounce Deidre.
That's true.
They say Deidre.
That's true.
I said Deidre. I got it in there. I know all my syllables. Okay. See you, Deidre.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Back in a moment.
You're listening to the EIB Network.
Folks, for many months now, you've been hearing me talk about how you can dramatically reduce the amount of dirt in your home with an allergy-free electrostatic air filter. Not only will you breathe easier, but your walls, furniture, carpet, and drapes stay cleaner, too. The allergy-free electrostatic air filter is 20 times more effective than the disposable air filters you're now using. The allergy-free air filter uses a static charge to remove contaminants in the air. This filter is constructed with an aluminum frame and is built to last a lifetime with a 10-year warranty. Allergy sufferers can benefit by the removing of pollens and other allergens from the airstream. Allergy-Free stocks filters in 40 standard sizes, and they can make any size you need. Allergy-Free has a special offer for my listeners, too. If you call now and mention this show, you'll get an additional 25% off the retail price. So order now and have your filter size ready along with your credit card. The number to call toll-free is 800-324-4247. That's 1-800-324-4247.
Ever wished you could find a car dealer who would give you fair prices and courteous service? Ever heard of Courtesy Buick GMC Truck Mercedes in Goldsboro? Ever been there? You need to go there, to Courtesy Buick GMC Mercedes, because that's what you'll get and more. At Courtesy Buick in Goldsboro, you'll find a large selection of new Buick cars, a large selection of new GMC trucks and vans, and a large selection of Mercedes-Benz cars. Say you're not looking for a new car? At Courtesy, you'll also find the area's largest selection of program cars. You know the ones. They're used cars sold to the dealer by the manufacturer, and most still have some factory warranty left. Prices on these cars start as low as $64.50, and that includes automatic transmission and air conditioning. Say you're not looking for a car at all? Well, at Courtesy Buick GMC Truck Mercedes can still help. They rate their customer service department second to none. With their factory-trained technicians, they can offer routine maintenance and major repairs at substantial savings. So if you're looking for a car or truck, or just need your present car serviced, go by Courtesy Buick GMC Mercedes today and visit with some of the nicest folks you'll ever meet.
Ooh-wee! Serial port, parallel interface, modem, fax, RS-232, AB switcher, mouse. Why, this is confusing.
Well, stop by AIM Electronics. See the new line of computer accessories. QBS and AIM Electronics can make your computer connection simple. AIM Electronics has a new and expanded inventory of computer accessories. QBS with a complete line of computer accessories at competitive prices, and AIM Electronics that you won't believe. QBS and AIM Electronics, making the right connections for you. AIM Electronics, 411 East Ash Street, Goldsboro.
A Caitlin's occasion, you know your family likes to get together. You know it's only right. Good memories last forever when the workday ends and you're among friends. You'll come back again. Make every day a Caitlin's occasion.
Caitlin's in Cobblestone Place on Spence Avenue.
Okay. You know, as you people know, I sometimes call home, get messages off my answering machine there during commercial breaks in this show. I just did that. And there's a message from Bo Derek on my answering machine, or somebody who says she's Bo Derek. But no, I know Bo Derek. I mean, I've been out to dinner with she and her husband, and out in California, and she's upset that Marky Post has replaced her as Mrs. Schwarzkopf in Gulf War I, the miniseries. That's what she says. But, you know, I'm starting to hear from so many of these Hollywood actresses, and I don't know from whom I can believe from this crowd. If it's really Bo, yeah, but my point is it could be anybody saying they're Bo Derek. Look, this Hollywood actresses, let me tell you something. I have run into a number of them, and you just... it's the absolute worst thing you can do if you want to... well, I better... Because... What? No, she didn't leave a phone number, and they've moved. I don't have her new number. She and her husband, John, have moved. And she wants an autographed picture for a friend. And I'll tell you what'll happen now. If it's really her, there'll be I don't know. Because it could be whoever is disguising look, folks, don't misunderstand. It's not that Bo Derek wouldn't call me. I'm not sitting here saying, what was it? Because I know Bo Derek and her husband and their friends, and it just, you know, but I think it's cute. I think it really is her. What, about Hollywood actresses? What was I going to say before about them? Yeah, well, it's my experience has been that you do not, how can I say this? Yeah, they say drop the shovel and just say it. They're actresses. They make their living making you think that they're somebody else, that they are something else. It's a matter of trust. What makes them different from most women? The only difference is they're professionals at it. The actor, they get paid for it. Other women do too at the time of the divorce. But well, my whole real digging real deep. I should have dropped the shovel. That's true. Here, hang on. Let me. I'll just see. Here, let's see. I'll see if actually listening out there, and if I got a confirmation call. Yes, it's me. We'll see. It may be too soon, but hang on here. We're not going to put this call on the air. But we'll know here in just a second. All right. Ooh, I don't think so. Not yet. Let's see. No, nothing yet. It's only been a couple of minutes. Probably freaking out, whoever it is. All right, back to the phones. Here's James in Los Angeles. Welcome to the EIB Network. I'm glad you called.
Hi, Russ. Like I was telling this person who I talked to, I started listening to your show, I guess, maybe about a couple of months ago.
How did you find the show, James?
I was flipping through the channels, and I just happened to see it, and you know, the things you were saying about Clinton, it kind of intrigued me because I was wondering, who are you?
Right.
Well, you know, and at first I kind of like dismissed you. When I talked to a few friends of mine, I kind of dismissed you where he's a Republican and he's this, he's that. And I just listened, and because I was comparing what you were saying to some of the disappointment that I was having with Clinton. And
did you vote for Clinton?
Yeah, I voted the whole Democratic package. I'm a black Democrat.
So you voted for Clinton, and you discover me on TV, and you see somebody pointing out discrepancies, hypocrisies, inaccuracies, or whatever about Clinton, and they say, yeah, I think the same thing. So you were intrigued.
I was intrigued, and then I was not satisfied with the answers that the other people that I talked to would say, well, give him time, give him this, because I was concerned that on some issues that he could have done immediately that he said he was going to do that he didn't do.
Give him a chance.
Right, and so give him a chance, those kind of answers were not satisfying for me. The more I listened to you, the more it concerned me that I started to think like you.
Why?
Well, because being black, being a Democrat, it's like I had this particular political worldview, and yet it was different. It was becoming more my own personal view of life and how people should be, and etc. People's word is important. I started to align myself with some of your thinking. I thought maybe when you got into areas of racial matters, I said, well, maybe I could catch him on that. Maybe he's really a hidden racist. But then when you brought up the issue of the guy, the black head of student affairs.
Leonard Jeffries.
Right. And then even before then, you made a statement. You said, well, I think blacks can get away with saying things that others can't. And I wanted to be angry with you about that, but then I thought about what you said further on, and that's true. We should be as fair as we want people to treat us fairly. And I couldn't find an argument with that. And then last night, because now I'm even taping your program, so that shows how far I've gone over, I guess.
Wow. Have you talked to counselors about this?
And when I was watching the tape of what Whoopi Goldberg was saying, and by the way, her show is canceled, it just shocked me because I kept thinking, this is the president. I mean,
you mean what she said about? That's right. You would have just yesterday on Monday. You would have just seen Friday's show in Los Angeles. That's right.
Yeah.
Where we quoted what she said to Clinton on Wednesday at Lincoln Center. Yeah, using.
Yeah, and I kept thinking, well, this is the president you're talking to. Not that he's better than anyone else, but it's just a certain amount of respect. I mean, it's like you're talking to him like he's just not just like he's John Q. Doe, which I thought was kind of scandalous, but even the content of the conversation. And what surprised me most was here's a president who's actually listening to this. So I'm wondering if some world leader was watching your show, and this is the kind of man that we have to deal with. It would just be no problem for them to just have very little respect for him, and I think that goes a long way.
You really are a thoughtful guy. Your thought processes move fast. You have the election was in November, the inauguration's in January. We're in May. It's 5 months. You for a guy who said give him a chance at first, and your friends said give him a chance. You really not only are you thoughtful, but you move fast with your thoughts. You're really motoring through all this.
Well, actually, I listened to him, and I was really having just a lot of reservations. And, it really started frightening me as I was watching your program, and I told this one girl, I said, well, I remember, because you showed a clip of Quayle and Vice President Gore talking, and they talked about the stimulation package with the whole tax thing, and you showed where Quayle said it's going to go from
36,000, but then
down to 40,000.
Right.
And I was using that yesterday, talking when I was at work, and as I tell you, I just become more and more frightened, and now I can truly say that I really can't look at the Democratic Party the same way again. And for a black Democrat, that's upsetting.
James, hang on, because that's where I thought you were going. You sound upset.
Only when I say upset, I'm not angry. It's just.
I know you
go to therapy. Like I'm a psychiatric nurse. People go to therapy, and finally the truth comes out, and they have to deal with issues. Sometimes it can be kind of overwhelming.
I knew that's what you meant. Yeah. Well, I want to ask you just one more question when we get back. I got to take a quick break here. Won't be long, and we'll be back and finish with James in Los Angeles in a minute.
You're listening to the EIB Network.
The sun can leave you looking like a wrinkled prune and lets you protect your skin from overexposure, but there's something else to protect, your wallet. When you travel this summer, it's exposed too. The solution? Courtyard by Marriott's $44 to $54 rates, Thursday through Sunday through October 3rd at participating locations. Great way to protect your wallet. As for the prune problem, try a parasol. Call your travel agent or 800-321-2211 3 days in advance. Rooms are limited. Restrictions apply. Courtyard, the hotel designed by business travelers.
Hi, Rush Limbaugh here. You know, a major university recently surveyed over 600 employers as to why job applicants do not get hired. Number one reason, poor communication skills. People do judge us by the words we use, and Verbal Advantage, a complete audio cassette vocabulary program, will give you the word power you need to communicate with authority and flair. To learn more, call now, 1-800-28-TAPES. That's 800-28-TAPES.
Bobby Denning Furniture of Goldsboro has lost his lease on his present location at 2539 East Ash Street in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Because of this situation, we must sell or move everything in our Goldsboro store by May 31st. Bobby Denning has ordered that we liquidate all the merchandise in the Goldsboro store immediately. We will sell our present inventory at whatever price it takes to move it. We carry famous name brands and have marked them all down to unbelievable prices. Whirlpool Roper side-by-side 25-foot refrigerator, only $9.97. Broyhill Love Seat, $3.29. Magnavox camcorder, only $5.75. Zenith 27-inch console color television, $6.96. Traditional table lamps, $9. Sealy mattress and springs, $1.59. If you do not like the prices, make us an offer. Cash talks. Some items are one of a kind and may not be available in both stores. All purchases must be removed within 24 hours of purchase. No layaways, but our usual financing programs will be available with 90 days same as cash and no money down with approved credit. All sales are final at Bobby Denning Furniture.
The 18th anniversary sale of Nahana Pork Center is May 14th through the 22nd. Stock up on delicious Nahana pork products. A pound of barbecue, buy one, get one free. Smoked bacon, buy a package, get one free. Smoked sausage, 10 pounds, 99 cents a pound. Get free barbecue sandwiches Thursday and Friday till 4 p.m. and on Saturdays till 2 p.m. Nahana Pork Center's 18th anniversary sale open Monday through Friday till 5:30 and Saturdays till 3 p.m. in northwestern Wayne County from Highway 70 or 581. Just follow the big yellow signs that say Nahana Pork Center.
The people at McCall's Barbecue and Seafood, Highway 70 and 111 Goldsboro, and Highway 55 West in Mount Olive would like to say thank you. Your support of our new store in Mount Olive is greatly appreciated. Our Mount Olive store features the famous luncheon buffet and nightly buffets, plus great takeout specials too. Our store hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Just one taste is all it takes at McCall's, Highway 70 and 111 Goldsboro, and now in our new store, Highway 55 West in Mount Olive.
Always on the right. This is Rush Limbaugh on Goldsboro's very own WGBR. The Doctor of Democracy, Rush Limbaugh from the Limbaugh Institute for Advanced Conservative Studies. Back to James in Los Angeles. All I'd like to say to you, James, is it's nice to have you thinking about this stuff and considering coming over to our side. But I'm more than anything else is to hear anybody who calls and discusses what they think, what they really. You've actually gone through a great thought process here. So it's,
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What, when you talk about the various port measures and just things like that, what can one do? What can I do to? I do write and things like that, but what can one really do to make a change? And when I see these port measures, helium industry was supporting and all these other things. And I also wonder, do Republicans have port projects too?
Yeah, it's a fact of life in politics. And it's, I think that it's the status quo. I think it's one of the reasons Ross Perot is so popular is that he is convinced a tremendous number of people that he can get rid of it, that the government can change its ways. See, the problem is that Bill Clinton ran on changing all these things. We're going to change the lobbyists and their influence. We're going to change the pork. And the first thing he does is send up a pork barrel bill, that stimulus package. And this is a question that more and more people are asking. You can say, well, politics is the same, and interest in issue-oriented affairs has always been there amongst a certain population of our people. But I'm hearing more and more, what can I as an individual do to stop this, or to change this, or to have some kind of influence in it? And, of course, the vote is the first and foremost thing. I really think that if you want to have some influence in these things, folks, and this is a long time out, this is not something but it goes beyond the letter writing and the phone calls and the vote and all that. That's term limits. There's got to be some way to remove from power the people who have turned these jobs into careers which they were never intended to be.
I could give up men, but I couldn't give up chocolate.
Share on making choices.
I have a sweet tooth, but I also have a mind. There's sugar, there's the pink stuff, and there's equal. When I sit down to make a choice, I choose equal. It tastes great.
Equal, made with the great taste of NutraSweet brand sweetener and no saccharin.
I think I'm probably going to be with equal a lot longer than I am with most men.
When it comes to food storage, the gray-tufted ground squirrel is nature's very own expert. So when she's storing her food, she doesn't waste time at her neighbor's container party. She heads straight for the Rubbermaid, because she knows Rubbermaid Serve and Savor containers have a seal that never forgets to keep food fresh, and they're guaranteed for life. Don't you wish everything was made like Rubbermaid? Right now, you can save on Rubbermaid Serve and Savor containers. Just look for our squirrel coupon in your May 23rd Sunday newspaper.
WGBR, Goldsboro's very own.
From ABC News, I'm Gary Narm. The government is cracking the whip on hazardous waste incinerators, imposing a policy that will close some and prevent others from starting up. Environmental Protection Agency Administrator Carol Browner says the government will put what she calls rigorous permit controls on incinerators that effectively will freeze burning capacity at the current level for the next year and a half.
We believe that incineration properly conducted can be done in a way that protects the public health and safety, that protects our natural resources, but we want to make sure that each and every facility out there operating is doing that, and for those that aren't, and we do anticipate that some will be closed down.
Not affected by the new policy is a controversial waste technologies industry incinerator in East Liverpool, Ohio, which already is in the final stages of being approved. Vice President Gore says the administration absolutely will not back away from its proposed energy tax and is against putting caps on mandatory spending programs such as Medicare and Medicaid. President Clinton in California tours a retraining facility at the Los Angeles Valley College, and he talks with students about job retraining. Talk on the House floor today about the president's latest road trip to New Mexico and California. Republican Cass Ballinger charges
Bill Clinton may run across the country, but he can't hide from his new taxes, his old-style social welfare programs, or his broken promises.
New Mexico Democrat Bill Richardson scoffs at some polls which show declining support for President Clinton. Richardson says those aren't the only surveys being circulated.
Polls are out there saying one thing, but the American people are supporting the president. They are saying, give him a chance.
Congressman Richardson of New Mexico. Secretary of State Warren Christopher says the U.S. will not take part in a plan suggested by Russia to impose a treaty in Bosnia-Herzegovina with military force. Former Texas Governor John Connally is hospitalized in Houston with a breathing obstruction. Admitted to Methodist Hospital today, Connally is in stable condition. You're listening to ABC News.
Hey, nice new car, Bill. Let's go for a spin.
Sure, get in.
Hey, what's this? A cup holder. Oh, and look at this. A light-up visor vanity mirror. On, off, on, off.
I wish you'd stop touching everything.
Hey, a car phone. Mind if I call someone?
Call someone. I don't want him calling anyone. I haven't even called anyone yet.
Sure, go ahead. Hi, Mom. Guess where I'm calling from? How's the weather down there?
Oh, no, long distance.
Call you later. Bye, Mom.
What's he doing now? Oh, no, it's a candy bar. He's going to get chocolate on my new seats.
Want some? It's kind of gooey.
No, thanks.
This quality time was made possible by GMAC Smart Buy, the affordable financing alternative that gives you lots of options at the end of the contract. And Smart Buy can be arranged by your Chevrolet, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Buick, Cadillac, or GMC truck dealer in about an hour. Because we believe you should be out enjoying your new vehicle instead of waiting for it to be financed. GMAC, the expressway home.
Hey, what's this?
Oh, no, he's readjusting my lumbar support.
How's that, Bill?
Ow!
Construction was started on more new homes and apartments last month when compared with March. That is the strongest pace of the year, up by now 6.7%. The limited strike called by the United Mine Workers is expanding. The union has called a walkout against Ashland Coal in West Virginia. The strike call last week against the coal industry operations in Illinois and Indiana. A total of 4,000 miners ordered onto picket lines. Praise for reporters who covered the standoff and the aftermath at the Branch Davidian compound near Waco, Texas. The story from ABC's Jim Ryan in Dallas.
At a meeting of the Southern Newspaper Publishers Association in Dallas, FBI Special Agent Dick Swenson is using 20/20 hindsight to assess the handling of the Branch Davidian standoff. He freely admits the daily news conferences in Waco were meant to set a tone for David Koresh.
Sometimes I refer to him as Old Dave, and others, someone else might refer to him as Mr. Koresh. But in terms of factual information, to my knowledge, there wasn't one single thing that was said that was wrong.
Swenson says that if the FBI made one mistake, it might be in not releasing more information early on in the standoff. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
At the movies, Dave is the top box office draw, selling $8.5 million worth of tickets last week. Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, second. Posse, third. Wall Street, Dow Jones Industrials down 20.80 at 3429.13. The volume, 175,600,000 shares. Trading right now, heavy. This is ABC News.
The royal family's been in shock all year, but things are about to get worse.
How you doing?
Because John Goodman is the new King of England.
Do you ever do any fencing? Just a little when I was a kid. A couple watches here and there.
He's got a lot to learn.
Where do we start? Everywhere.
And a lot to look forward to.
You're not the kind of girl I'm used to. You can spell, you wear clothes to work.
John Goodman and Peter O'Toole star in King Ralph.
How long you think you'll be needing me? I've never held a job for more than 6 months.
A special Tuesday movie at 8, 7 Central on NBC.
For the ABC Information Network, I'm Gary Nunn.
The series has been a thriller, and the Hornets have played well enough to have eliminated the Knicks already. But that's not the case. It's crunch time for Charlotte because the next game could be the last. Can the Hive take 3 games in a row? The test begins tonight when the Hornets and the Knicks tip off Game 5 in the Garden. Join us for all the excitement as the Hive tries to stay alive tonight at 7:55 on your sports spectacular station, 1150 WGBR.
Looks like a lot of sunshine is on the way for today, but it's also going to be warm and a bit muggy with scattered thunderstorms developing, especially this afternoon and evening. Some of them could be heavy later on. Highs right up in the mid-80s today. Variably cloudy tonight and tomorrow. Again, scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially tomorrow. Lows in the mid-60s tonight and low to mid-80s for highs tomorrow. I'm Bill Schmidt at the Weather Center.
We're the talk of the town, 1150 WGBR.
It's the Rush Limbaugh program. That's all you need to know to stop what you're doing. And stay tuned.
This is a special edition of the Rush Limbaugh program, America Held Hostage. And now, from our studios in New York City, here is Rush Limbaugh.
Thank you, John Donovan. It is day 119. 119 days. Ow. What does that mean? We've got, oh man. We've got like 1,300 days to go. 1,300 plus days to go. And we're glad you're with us. It's 800-282-2882 if you would like to be on the program. Let me go through some stuff here that I have not. Oh, here's this good stuff in Forbes that we haven't yet gotten to. It's about Sweden falling apart with socialism. And this really is a great issue of Forbes, the May 24th issue. Pick it up. The Swedish disease is the title of the story. And it's by Paul Klebnikov. From Eastern Europe to Washington, Sweden has been held up as the model mixed economy. Listen to this. For decades, Sweden was held up as a model of how to combine a vigorous capitalist industrial sector with a lavish social welfare system, market socialism at its best. By channeling 70% of the country's gross domestic product into the state's coffers, the government was able to pay 90% or even 100% of Swedes' working incomes to the unemployed, the sick, or those who simply wanted to quit work and take care of their children, even now. Many East Bloc leaders speak of adopting the Swedish model for their newly liberated economies. The Clinton administration's liberals, who are pushing for more taxes, a bigger welfare state, bigger labor unions, currency devaluation, and an industrial policy, should take note. The Swedish model is doing abysmally. Sweden's industrial production has plunged 15% in the last 3 years. Jobless rate is 12% and rising. The budget deficit accounts for a third of the central government's spending and 13% of the country's GDP, compared with 5% in the United States. The currency is sinking even faster than the dollar. What's the problem? The problem is Sweden. Sweden's model is Sweden's problem. Sweden's welfare state has all but destroyed the country's work ethic. The absentee rate in Swedish industry reached an astounding 25% several years ago, before recent welfare cutbacks encouraged people to work more. Many companies used to overstaff themselves by 25% just to make sure they had enough workers on the production line, because so many wouldn't show up. In an interview with Forbes last month, Swedish Prime Minister Carl Bildt, a conservative whose coalition governments are trying to cut spending since '91, blames the high absentee rate on the generous workers' insurance schemes. The finance minister of Sweden underscores another hangover from her country's socialist binge. By becoming every Swede's rich grandfather, the state has destroyed most people's incentive to save. Most households in our country do not have any private savings, and that means they're not independent of either employers or politicians. Whole story is just superb. And it's a history lesson right in front of our eyes. It's just the latest collapse of socialism. It's nothing new. It's just the absolute latest. Somebody said, I forget this, it's sort of well known. I am by no means inventing anything here, and I wish I could remember who said it to attribute it to them. It might have been George Will. But they said, if a foreign country were doing to us economically, were even attempting the economic destruction that this administration plans, we'd declare war on them. If they said we're going to raise your inflation rate, we're going to do this, we're going to destroy so much incentive and investment. If somebody said this, if a foreign government were doing this, there would be a trade war. There would be hostilities. And it's, I don't think, a bit of an exaggeration to say that that is probably true. Now, a couple of political things here. First off, I want to talk to you a little bit about the Senate race in Texas. Bob Kruger now sits in the U.S. Senate, having been appointed by Ma Richards, the governor there, to fill the seat vacated by Lloyd Bentsen when he became Secretary of the Treasury. The election to determine the winner of the seat, the permanent occupant for the next 6 years, is June 5th, Kay Bailey Hutchison versus Kruger. Now, Kay just surprised everybody. And the reason this is important, you might, oh, Rush, how come you're talking about it in Texas? There are a lot of Senate races you don't talk about. I'd say the Democratic Party is on the ropes big time in Texas anyway. And this seat going to two Republican senators from Texas is monumental. And this one vote in the Senate is one Republican vote confounds Bill Clinton's plans a lot more than if he has Kruger or any other Democrat in there. It's also part of a number of elections taking place. You got Paul Coverdell, who won in Atlanta or in Georgia, and is a pro-life guy, a conservative, beat an existing Democrat. We may have a Republican mayor in Los Angeles. We may end up with a Republican mayor in New York City. There is profound disenchantment out there. And this is what I want to get to. The Democrats, in trying to save the seat for Kruger ran against Clinton. In effect, distanced himself from Clinton and fell short in the first election, which has resulted now in this runoff election. Kay Bailey Hutchison at this point in time is up 10 to 12 points. Now, this is very important that you hear this, especially you people in Texas. I mentioned this on the TV show last night, but I want to say it again. This is hardball politics. The Democrats have dispatched Paul Begala down there to work on Kruger's campaign. Begala is part of the Begala-Carville team that got Clinton elected and helped him stay focused during the campaign. And it is those guys